really slow start for us today and a tough second quarter. And I apologize to these guys on the way walking in for not having us a little bit more ready. But their toughness and resiliency that second half, and we're able to make some adjustments. We felt like if we could win the three big, right, the turnovers, the rebounding margin, and the free throw battle, that we would have a really good shot today. Obviously didn't win the turnover battle, but kept it together, didn't allow our defense to be affected by our inability to score. And, that's a testament to these guys. So thank you guys so much.
Questions for our student athletes?
This is for either Sammy or Kara. Sorry, you, Sammy. What adjustment did your team make in the second half to really kind of take control, especially in the fourth quarter?
I think just our urgency on offense. That second quarter only scoring, 2 points. That's just not the offense that we run, and we just knew we needed to be more urgent and quicker with our pace and harder cuts, and we knew it would all fall into place.
Same question for you. What adjustments did you see your team make?
I would say the same thing, just simply running our offense. I feel like we really struggled there in that second quarter. So just making sure we had a lot of pace and just keep it moving.
And then also, Nan Garcia's in there. What kind of presence was she inside? How much of a difference did that make in the second half?
Just amazing. She's so diverse in everything that she does. So we're able to have a lot of different looks, and she creates just so many different looks for us on offense.
And I would just say on top of that, 15 rebounds, 14 on the defensive end, just not allowing them to get those second chance points.
Kira, where does today rank among personal defensive best performances for yourself?
Dog. Definitely number two. Still, a couple years ago when we played Buffalo, was definitely my best, but today was definitely ranks one of the highest for me.
How satisfying is that to do it on the stage and everything?
Very. I definitely keep what she did to me last year close to my heart. Just knowing that I have to be able to shut her down so our team can win. So that it meant a lot today.
How, just for both of you, just the first half, the second quarter especially, how, frustrating is it out there when, you can't make a shot, you got shot clock violations, 2 points obviously is kind of unheard of. Just what's it like when you're out there in that moment?
I think it's more frustrating because we know that we're better. We have a lot of potential, and when we're not reaching that, it's really, really frustrating for us as a team. Yeah.
I think I'd say the same thing, but I was just really happy that we kept our composure defensively, and we only let them have, 20 points in the first half. Yeah.
Is it your back?
None of it. I'm fine.
Period.
What do you have to do to shut down a player like Chella Watson, who's one of the more dynamic in the MAC?
With a little bit of prayer. Just getting her head early. Just making sure you're always on her hip. Really good players like that. I got to give her credit. She's really, really, really good. She's really hard to stop. Just knowing that I get in her head, always there on the catch, and just making sure I'm pushing through screens and different stuff like that.
We wanted Watson to take shots she doesn't practice. And we wanted to force her, and you can see her rhythm shots; they're automatic. And so we wanted to get her off her rhythm and force her into shots that she doesn't practice. And then, when she goes for big nights, she hits 3 or 4 threes, and we really wanted to make sure we could run her off the line. I think the first 3 she hit was that end of game special situation on the side out of bounds. So, again, you got someone like Kira Goss, who's been underrated and underappreciated in this league for a long time. We know who she is and what she's capable of, and we're really glad that we had her today.
For either player, when you've played a team, this is the third time, tightly contested games, does it give you confidence there late in the game, especially in that fourth quarter coming down the stretch?
I think so, and just our ability to stay together. That's kind of what got us through the first one and the second one. And then this one, we knew we could stop them on defense. It was just a matter of kind of taking care of the ball there at the end. But no, it definitely gives you confidence.
Sammy, what's it like to play against Buffalo's defense? They're very small bars, but they're very athletic, and they smother you at times.
Oh, no, it was a tough defense. That first half, I could feel all those doubles coming in. Need to take care of it a little bit better, but credit to them on their defense. But just looking for my teammates out of those doubles, and then just trusting each other to knock down those shots.
Sammy, obviously the goal was to get to Saturday. Now that you guys have punched your ticket to play tomorrow, just your feeling on being able to finish this tournament on the championship fashion.
Super excited, but also the job's not done. We got one more game, and then hopefully some more after that. So just kind of shift our focus, celebrate this, but move on to the next one.
And then Kira, obviously you guys had some success against Ball State the last time around. Just your thoughts on that matchup come tomorrow.
Yeah, we know what they're capable of. We got to come out, we got to defend, we got to move it on offense. Can't have another second quarter like we did today, and I think we'll be just fine.
Sammy, you mentioned taking care of the ball multiple times already. That second half, you guys were much better at that than you were in the first half. What was the difference? And I guess either of you, what was the difference for that in that category?
I think it's just a big emphasis on it. Not over penetrating into charges, not getting too deep where you can't kick it out, and then just not forcing the ball inside if it's not there, kind of just working our offense and taking the open shot.
And doing what we practice. I think we were really outside of ourselves that first half, so we were able to calm down, focus, and just do what we practice, do what we do every day.
For you, back-to-back games where you've hit big shots, like when the team was struggling and needed a momentum shot, how's that feel for you when you get out there and hit those?
I'm just happy I can be there for my team, honestly. I'm happy that my teammates trust me in those positions and just being able to focus enough to knock it down.
Kira, the first two games, I mean, just from a player's perspective, is there anything that you can pinpoint kind of from you guys playing in the first half to the second half? Is there anything that you feel like that's different for like these past two games where you guys got off to a slow start but been able to finish strong?
I think our focus is just there, kind of like how Sam was mentioning earlier. We do come out slow, and so we know that when we get into halftime, we got a lot to talk about. And so just being able to buckle down and continue to be focused for the second half is big.
Jenny, this is your fourth time in a year you folks faced Buffalo. You faced them at Monmouth last year. How did that familiarity help you kind of game planning and in-game strategy?
Yeah, I told Coach, I said, we got to stop meeting like this. It's just, I think as a staff, we ask our team to out-team the other team, and this is a group effort. Now, I have an incredible coaching staff that's done a really great job all year of getting these young ladies and me prepared, and it was all hands on deck for this one, and we knew this was going to be a tough one. We know what they're capable of, and so we've kind of bought into this little, hey, that's a really good team, but so are we. And so, to finish as a 2 seed, coming in here with some confidence, winning 10 of our last 12, with an uphill finish. We had to play those big four again, 2 of them on the road, at Bowling Green, at Kent State. I think adversity pays dividends in the postseason, and we were ready to go today with a great response that second half.
Jenny, can you talk about just the defensive effort from this group today? Just obviously, it took all 40 minutes to get them, get that job done.
Yeah, when I got hired and got the job, we didn't have a single double-digit scorer returning on the roster, and we knew we were going to have to double down defensively. This is a really great league, and you look at some of the leagues across the country, and it's in the 50s and 60s. This league can score. It's in the 70s every night, and so we knew we were going to have to double down on our D, and we had experience. We had veterans. We had great rebounders. We had that core group that we knew we could build off of, and they've showed up every day. They've showed up every night, so we just knew we had to guard. We asked them to do a lot of things different. And credit to them for letting us coach them. And we completely flipped the script defensively and offensively, and they bought in right away. And so I'm the fortunate one that gets to sit here before you as their coach. And like Sammy said, job's not done.
Jimmy, you talked about just running your offense just a little sharper with more urgency. But beyond that, what was the single biggest strategic adjustment you guys made in the second half?
Probably in the fourth quarter, putting Sammy at the 5. Nan is a tremendous shooter, great passer, and so we wanted to put her out on the perimeter and garner a little bit of respect, get a little bit more room for our finishers. Faith was getting in there wheeling and dealing a little bit, Kendall Carruthers, and they were running into their big on the help. We were getting smashed, and so it's always going to be players making plays. And we said here are the spots we think we can get to the second half, and they got there.
You said you didn't think you had them ready early. Specifically, what do you think you didn't have them ready for?
Yeah, I mean they were really jamming our cutters. You saw 2 forearms in the chest when we were trying to get out of our offense, get out of our swing cuts, and getting through the lane. And we didn't respond to their physicality, and maybe I didn't show them enough. How physical this was going to be, especially our young guys. And so that's on me. A 2-point quarter with a squad like this. I'll take that one every time. We'll be more ready tomorrow. But again, another great defense that's going to be ready and prepared. And golly, these guys could do the scout, and Ball State's team could do the scout. And so it's going to be players making plays.
What was your mindset at halftime? What did you think you needed to kind of change to get out of a run?
I just want to make sure we were confident. All the energy and emotion of these games, I didn't want to go in there and blow them up. It wasn't a lack of effort. Right, like I said, it was a little bit more of making sure that we provide solutions for them so that they can go be the players that they are. And so, we talked about as a staff. We kind of got our frustrations out outside the locker room, and then we went in. It was all systems go on solutions for us. And so, like I said, they've let us coach them all year and responded extremely well. Big response on the boards. Big response on the boards. Kept them off the offensive glass. And, they're such a good transition offense team. 3 of the top 4 in the league, usage rate in transition. And a lot of people don't challenge them on the offensive boards because of their pace. And so I felt like maybe there was a possibility that they had gotten a little bit complacent on the box outs, and so we wanted to attack them on the offensive glass, and I think that was a big shift in the second half as well.
Coach, I believe the exact words you used on Wednesday when talking about a
Oh, no.
mindset that you guys have is turning wounds into wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that kind of, teaching that and preaching that all season, does that kind of help in a second half like this?
It does. And, a lot of wisdom among these guys right here in this room and these players, and a lot of wisdom on our coaching staff too to get us ready. But they're not ready for it to be done yet. Nan said it yesterday. I'm not ready to take this jersey off for the last time yet. But we know we're going to face a really hungry Ball State squad that's feeling the same way. And we got to execute and start better for a full 40. But turn your wounds into wisdom. Be better. When you know better, do better. We'll quote Oprah and Maya Angelou all day long in our locker room.
Back-to-back games now where this team has shown that they can finish. Obviously, we've seen that all year long, but how does that, obviously they're doing everything on the court, but as a staff, just how does that help you guys trying to finish a game knowing that they're going to, perform on the,
We know it's never over, and that as long as we give them solutions, they'll go do everything they have to implement those solutions. I mean, we've got workers in that locker room that have won a lot of basketball games and know what's going to be required. They've mentored our young players into the people and players that they are. And there's just a connectedness. And when we challenge them, they respond at a really high level. And the great thing about having a veteran squad like this is normally we don't really have to fuss at them because they know when they make a mistake, and they're really good self-correctors. If we're not disciplined with our fouling, they'll be like, I gotta stop fouling. So when there's accountability like that among our leadership, it trickles down. So really proud of that. But we're having a blast, and we're excited to be back here tomorrow.
Any further questions for Coach?
I guess, what's the preparation look like when you have like 20 hours before you have to come back, and then you play not only at 20 hours, but then you play at 11 a.m.? What's kind of the mental and physical preparation like?
Yeah, well, we share the scouts as a staff. So, Coach Jackie's had Ball State all year, so she'll keep Ball State. She helped us get ready for yesterday, or 2 days ago, and then Coach Jeff had today, and Takima had the first one. So, the preparation is done. Now we just have to implement everything to them. A lot of ice baths, a lot of hydration, some good meals, kick our feet up and enjoy this one, celebrate our men here at 5 o'clock, and hopefully cheer them on from back at the hotel to a victory. But the hay is in the barn at this point, at this time of year, and we've just got to go out-team the other team, compete.
How, this is
Last one right here.
better question for the players, but we played Wednesday off, play again. Like, did this feel like the first game again, or?
That felt like a championship game to me. I don't know about you guys, but a little bit. That day of rest with a veteran team was really important. The day of prep was really important because it allowed us to prepare for 2. And everybody kind of refocus and circle the wagons for what could have been. I really think I have so much respect for this league. I really think it could have been any 2 teams of the 8 that were here in this championship. That's how good this league is. And so just having that day to circle the wagons, I sent the players last night to go spend time with their families. This is a family affair here at Toledo. Some of the girls whose families aren't here, we all got together. And then if your family was here, you got a little time with them. And so, I think those things are important. So they got a little mental break, and then back at it today.